things that you could make at home instead of buying from the store. And in fact, you should be making from home because they're that easy. Part 1, cottage cheese, 3 ingredients, incredibly simple and easy to make. And when I tell you that you're gonna not want to buy store-bought cottage cheese ever again once you try the homemade version, I ain't lying. I really wish I could sing, but I can't. Anyways, grab your apron, let's get to cooking. Why am I making cottage cheese at 9:49 in the morning? Well, for one, to show you how easy it is. And for two, I saw this recipe on TikTok a couple days ago and I have not stopped thinking about it. And I, in fact, need it for lunch and I need cottage cheese for it. So let's get into it. You're gonna need a heavy bottomed pot here. You don't want this milk scorching. So I'm gonna go in, I have a whole entire gallon of just 2% milk. You can use whole milk here, doesn't matter. This is what I have on hand. So 2%, the whole entire gallon in this pot. This is very important. You do not want to waste a whole entire gallon of milk by scorching it. So I do low and slow here, guys. I'm sorry, low and slow. You, in fact, do not want to bring this milk to a boil. You want to be about 190 degrees. Speaking of 190 degrees, you guys very seldom see me pull out a thermometer. When I make cottage cheese, I do, because it needs to be about 190 degrees, and the only way to really know that is with a thermometer. You can also look for the milk to start becoming frothy, and that's about where you want it. So let me heat this up, low and slow, stirring occasionally, and we'll come back. The hardest part about this recipe is simply taking the time to bring this milk up to 190 degrees slowly. Again, you don't want to scorch it. TikTok, for me, as someone that knows nothing about technology, can barely work her phone, is so incredibly user-friendly. I hate the thought of having to go someplace else. Listen, what I will tell you, just in case, there is a link to my Instagram in my link tree. You can head over there just in case. All right, guys? Now, we got about 10 more degrees, and then I'll show you the next step. Finally at 190 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and get this off of my burner. I'll move the burner out of the way, and I'll show you the next step. Next step, I have 3/4 cup of distilled white vinegar. We're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna pour this in here. And we're just gonna do a few gentle stirs. Put a lid on that and let it set for 30 minutes. My cottage cheese mixture has set for about 30 minutes. Now I'm gonna go ahead, and you can use cheesecloth here, absolutely. Do I have any cheesecloth in my house? No, I just use a really thin, clean kitchen towel. I'm gonna go ahead and line a colander with that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna, in fact, use one of these, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of the whey off by using this. It just kind of goes on the side of your pan. I don't even know where I got it. It's forever years old. And I'm just gonna pour off a little bit of the whey before I go ahead and I strain it into my cheesecloth here. I have my bowl lined with just that kitchen towel, cheesecloth, whatever you have. And I have it inside of another bowl so that it doesn't all spill out all over my counter. I'm gonna just go ahead and gently pour my cottage cheese mixture into that. Now guys, I'm gonna let this just sit on top of my pot in this colander in the kitchen towel for about 20 to 30 minutes. I just, in fact, want to let this cool off just a tad before I start rinsing so I don't have to burn myself. All right, I'll be back. Guys, I'm sorry, there's a part 2, not on purpose. I thought I was shooting in this video and I, in fact, started a whole new video. Anyways, long story short, part 2 will be up in just a few minutes, I promise. All right.